Edith and the Bees. One beautiful morning in June, a sweet little girl thought she could go out into the garden and pick some flowers for one of her playmates, who was sick and obliged to stay in the house this fragrant summer morning. Tommy will have the most beautiful flowers in the garden, thought Edith, as she took her little basket and pruning scissors and ran out into the garden. She looked like a lovely fairy or a sunbeam, flitting about the rose bushes. I think she was the most exquisite rose in all the garden herself. Her heart was full of thoughts of Tommy while she worked away busily. I wish I knew something that would please Tommy more than anything else, she said to herself. I would love to make him happy. And she sat down on the edge of a beautiful fountain to think. While she sat there thinking, two dear little birds began to take their bath in the lovely sparkling water that rippled and danced in the sunshine. They would plunge into the water and come out dripping, perch on the side of the fountain for a moment and plunge in again. Then they would shake the bright drops from their feathers and fly away singing sweeter than ever. Edith thought the little birds enjoyed their bath as much as her baby brother did. When they had flown away to a distant tree, Edith noticed a beautiful pink rosebud, more beautiful than any she had yet seen. Oh, how lovely you are, she cried, and running to the bush where it was, she bent down to the branch, so she could look at it more closely. But out of the heart of the rose came a small insect and stung her pretty cheek. The little girl began to cry loudly and ran to her father, who was working in another part of the yard. My little girl, he said, a bee has stung you. He drew out the sting and bathed her swollen cheek in cool water, at the same time telling her many interesting things about the wonderful little bees. Do not cry any more, my child, said her father, and I will take you to see a kind gentleman who keeps many hives of bees. Oh, thank you, cried Edith, brushing away the tears. I will run and get ready now. The bee master, as everybody called the old man who kept the bees, was very glad to show his little pets and to tell Edith all he knew about them. He led her to a hive made wholly of glass, so that she could watch the bees at their work. There are 3 kinds of bees in every hive, said the gentleman. That large bee in the middle is the queen bee. She is the most important bee in the hive. She has a sting, but seldom makes use of it. Those busy little bees are the worker bees. It was probably a worker that stung you this morning, said the bee master. Edith thought she did not like the worker bee as well as the others, but when she heard what industrious little workers they are, and how they all take care of the young bees, build the cells of wax and bring in the honey, she felt much more affection for them. What do the bees do in winter when there are no flowers to gather honey from? Inquired Edith. They sleep during the long cold winter days and awaken when the warm spring returns, replied her kind instructor. Now, said Edith's father, we better go, or you will not get to see Tommy today. Then the little girl thanked her new friend for telling her so much about his interesting pets, and promised to come and see him as often as she could. I am almost glad that the naughty little bee stung me this morning, because now I will have something interesting to tell Tommy, she said to her dad as they walked home. The 3 Little Pigs. Once upon a time, an old mother pig had 3 piglets. Unfortunately, she didn't have enough food to keep them, so she sent them out to seek their own luck. When the first pig went out, he met a man with a bundle of straw. The pig said, Sir, please give me the straw so I can build a house. The man gave him the straw, and the pig built a house out of straw. Soon after, a big bad wolf passed by. He knocked on the door and said, "Hey, little pig, let me in." The pig replied, "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And so he did. He huffed and puffed, and he blew the door down. The little pig quickly ran away to his brother. His brother, the second pig, had met a man with a bundle of sticks. The pig said, "Sir, please give me the sticks so I can build a house." The man gave him the sticks, and the pig built a house out of sticks. He was sitting in his house feeling proud when he heard a knock on the door. It was his little brother. "The wolf blew my house down. Please, can I stay here?" "Of course, my house is made of sticks. It's safe for sure," his brother said. Then the big bad wolf came by the house made of sticks and said, "Hey, little pig, let me in." "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," replied the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And so he did. He huffed and he puffed and he blew the door down. The two pigs quickly ran away to their other brother. The third pig had met a man with a load of bricks. The pig said, "Please, sir, give me those bricks so I can build a house." The man gave him the bricks, and the pig built a house out of bricks. He was sitting in his house when he heard a knock on the door. It were his brothers. "The wolf has blown our houses down. Please, can we stay here?" "Of course, my house is made of brick. It's safe for sure," the brother said. "But the wolf will surely come around here. Let's make a plan to make sure he never bothers us again." So the three little pigs came up with a plan. And just like the pig predicted, the wolf came to his house. The big bad wolf came to the house made of bricks and said, "Hey, little pig, let me in." "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," replied the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed, but he couldn't blow the door down. He soon realized he couldn't open the door by huffing and puffing. Then, of course, the wolf became angry and decided that he would come after the pigs through the chimney. But the three little pigs knew what he was planning to do, and they had hung a water kettle over the fire. And just as the wolf came down the chimney, he took the lid off the kettle. The hot steam reached the big bad wolf, and with a big howl, the wolf shot up. "Ow, ow, 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 ow! Oh, you pigs! I will get you someday!" And the wolf ran away as fast as he could. And after that, the big bad wolf never came back again. He was too scared of the three smart little pigs. And the pigs, they lived happily ever after, together in the house made of bricks.
You be moo-moo? You think they wise? You are a moo-moo man!